Students, so today we will study about unit number 3, that is paint, varnishes, insulators, polymers, adhesives and lubricants. Rather we will study the MCQs of this particular chapter. So here it is MCQ number 1, which of the following is not the constituent of the paint? So we have studied about the constituent of the paint. So out of these four options, we know that pigment, it is the constituent of paint. Then after that, option number B, thinner, it is also the constituent of the paint. C, anti-skinning agent, so it is also the constituent of the paint. But D, alcohol, it is not the constituent of the paint, so that's why D, alcohol, it is the correct option here. Then after that, second MCQ, which of the pigment gives white color to the paint? So we know that there are two types of pigments, that is white pigment and then after that colored pigments. So out of those four options, white pigment, it is zinc oxide, and zinc oxide, it will give white color to the paint. So out of those four options, zinc oxide, that is option number C, it is correct. Chromium oxide, ferric oxide and brown umber, actually these are the color pigments, and zinc oxide, as it is the white pigment, so that's why zinc oxide, it is the correct answer here for MCQ, which of the following gives white color to the paint. Then after that, third MCQ, that is the function of pigment is. So what is the function of the pigment? Can it reduces the fluidity of the paint, or it provides opacity to the paint, or C, improves the drying quality of paint, or D, prevent gelling skinning of the paint film. So the function of the pigment, as we know, it is option number B, it provides opacity to the paint. It provides opacity, this means that it provides non transparency to the paint film. Okay, so this is the function of the pigment in the paint, that it provides non transparency or opacity to the paint. Then after that, MCQ number 4, the constituent which increases the random arrangement of pigment particles in the paint are: number A, thinner; B, pigments; C, fillers or extenders; or D, thinner. Again, I think it is wrong, so you can consider here none of the above. So answer of this fourth MCQ, obviously it is option number C, that is fillers and extenders. We know that these fillers, like for example, you can take uh, talc, or carbon, that is calcium carbonate. Okay, feldspar. So these are the examples of fillers or extenders, and actually when they are added into the paint, so actually they increases the random arrangement of the pigment particles in that paint. So here correct option is option C, that is fillers and extenders. Then MCQ number 5, the constituent which reduces the fluidity of a paint. So options are A, anti-skinning agent; B, dryers; and C, fillers and extenders; D, thinners. I think this MCQ, I think it is wrong. The MCQ should be the constituent which reduces the viscosity of paint, and we know that the constituent of the paint that reduces the viscosity of paint, so it is thinner. I think I have read it in wrong way, the options. Actually correct options are given here. Option number A is anti-skinning agent, okay, B is dryer, C is fillers and extenders, and D, it is thinner. Okay, so option number D, thinner, it is the correct answer for question number 5 or MCQ number 5, which should be the constituent which reduces the viscosity of a paint. Okay, so correct option is here option number D. Then after that, MCQ number 6, an example of bad thermal insulator is. Now example of bad thermal insulator, we have to focus on these particular words. So option number A is potassium, B is paper, C is work, and D is wool. So we know that paper, cork and wool, they are very good insulators, thermal insulators, but potassium, it is not a good thermal insulator, it is bad thermal insulator. So that's why here option number A, potassium, it is correct. You have to focus on those words, that is bad thermal insulator. Okay, so it is a good thermal, the paper, cork or wool, actually these three are good in thermal insulators. And obviously potassium, it is the bad thermal insulator, because we know that through potassium uh, heat it can be transferred, so that's why it is a bad thermal insulator. Okay, and also we know that good thermal insulators are the insulators through which actually heat it cannot be transferred, for like paper, cork, wool and wood also. And then after that, MCQ number 7, handles of saucepans and other cooking utensils are made up of option number A, thermal conductors, B, thermal insulators, C, uh, shares of heat, D, insulators of electricity. So out of those four options, option number B, it will be correct, thermal insulators, because these frying pans or cooking utensils, they are heated, they are made up of metal, and actually we have to lift them by holding their handles. So obviously those handles, they should be made up of thermal insulators, so that we will not get any burn to our hand. Okay, so option number B, thermal insulator, it is correct here. Then after that, MCQ number 8, an example of conductor of heat is. So four options are given here. Option number A, paper, B, cloth, C, air, and D, aluminium. It is a very simple MCQ. So which is the conductor of heat here? Paper, it is not conductor of heat. uh, Cloth, it is not conductor of heat. Air, it is also not conductor of heat. So aluminum metal, as it is a metal, so it is a conductor of heat. So option number D, aluminum, it is correct answer here for 8th MCQ. Then after that, MCQ number 9, the insulation ability of thermal insulator with the presence of moisture would be. Okay, I think this question you can understand. जो इंसुलेशन एबिलिटी होती है, इंसुलेशन एबिलिटी थर्मल इंसुलेटर्स की, थर्मल इंसुलेटर्स यानी कि इस उस ऐसे सब्सटेंसेस की जिसके अंदर से हीट फ्लो नहीं हो सकती है, तो उनकी ये जो इंसुलेशन एबिलिटी है, ये अगर ये क्या प्रेजेंस ऑफ मॉइस्चर से उनके ऊपर क्या परिणाम होता है, मॉइस्चर अगर होगा उस पर्टिकुलर थर्मल इंसुलेटर के ऊपर, तो उसकी इंसुलेशन एबिलिटी क्या होगी, इंक्रीज होगी, डिक्रीज होगी, या फिर इट विल बी नॉट अफेक्टेड, इट विल रिमेन अनअफेक्टेड। ओके, या फिर इसमें से कुछ भी नहीं, यानी कि जो चार ऑप्शन दिए हैं, द इंसुलेशन एबिलिटी ऑफ थर्मल इंसुलेटर with the presence of moisture would be, shall it increase or it will be decrease, or C, remain affected, unaffected, or D, none of the above. So definitely अगर moisture पड़ा हुआ होगा थर्मल इंसुलेटर के ऊपर, तो उसकी जो इंसुलेशन एबिलिटी है वो डिक्रीज हो जाएगी. So option number B, decrease, it is correct answer here. Then after that, MCQ number 10, glass wool is a good insulator because it has number A, free electrons, B, atoms colliding frequency, number C, porous body, and D, low density. So glass wool, we know that actually it is made up of filaments of glass which are intermingled with each other, hot filaments of glass. They are actually thrown upon each other, and a porous body, it is formed there. So definitely glass wool is a good insulator because it has porous body, and because of this porous body only, glass wools are very good insulators of heat and electricity. Okay, then after that, MCQ number 11. So what is MCQ number 11? For MCQ number 10, the answer is C, that is porous body. Option number C, porous body. So that is the correct answer. Then after that, MCQ number 11, thermal conductivity of glass wool varies from sample to sample because of variation in. तो ये जो थर्मल कंडक्टिविटी है, ठीक है, ग्लास वूल की थर्मल कंडक्टिविटी ये वैरी होती है सैम्पल टू सैम्पल किसकी वजह से वैरी होती है, तो उसका जो कंपोजिशन यानी कि ऑप्शन नंबर ए कंपोजिशन होता है उस पर्टिकुलर ग्लास उल का, उसकी वजह से वैरी होती है क्या, बी डेंसिटी की वजह से वैरी होती है क्या, या फिर सी पोरोसिटी की वजह से यानी कि बारीक बारीक सुराग उसके अंदर होते हैं उसकी वजह से इसकी जो थर्मल कंडक्टिविटी है ग्लास उल की वो वैरी होती है क्या, या फिर ऑल ऑफ द अबव। तो यहाँ पर ऑप्शन नंबर डी जो है ऑल ऑफ द अबव ये करेक्ट आंसर है, क्योंकि जो ग्लास उल का कंपोजिशन होता है या डेंसिटी होती है या फिर पोरोसिटी होती है, ये सारी चीज़ें अफेक्ट करती है थर्मल कंडक्टिविटी के ऊपर ग्लास उल की। तो यहाँ पर करेक्ट आंसर जो होगा वो ऑप्शन नंबर डी होगा, दैट इज़ ऑल ऑफ द अबव। ओके, देन आफ्टर दैट MCQ number 12, which plastic material contains strong cross linking in their molecular structure? Number A, thermoplastic materials, B, thermosetting materials, number C, both A and B, and D, none of the above। तो हमें पता है कि जो थर्मोसेटिंग मटेरियल होता है उसके अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा, जितने भी उसके एग्जांपल्स हैं तो उसके अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा क्रॉस लिंकिंग होती है, और डेफिनेटली यहाँ पर जो आंसर होगा वो ऑप्शन नंबर बी है, दैट इज़ थर्मोसेटिंग मटेरियल्स। ठीक है, उसके बाद में MCQ नंबर 13, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज़ एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ थर्मोप्लास्टिक मटेरियल? ऑप्शन नंबर ए इज़ इपॉक्सी रेजिन, बी नायलॉन 66, सी टेफ्लॉन, एंड डी बैकेलाइट। तो थर्मोप्लास्टिक मटेरियल ऐसे मटेरियल्स होते हैं कि जिनको अगर हम हीट देंगे तो वो सॉफ्ट हो जाते हैं, ठीक है, और उनको अगर हम कूल करवाएंगे तो फिर से वो हार्ड बन जाते हैं। तो thermoplastic materials or plastics are the plastics actually, if we provide heat to them so they become soft, so those materials or plastics are called as thermoplastic materials. So out of these four options, that is A epoxy resin, B nylon 66, C Teflon, and D Bakelite, the correct option here is C, that is Teflon. It is an example of thermoplastic material. Then after that MCQ number 14, the polymer cannot be recycled, means out of four options which polymer it cannot be recycled? Okay, so option number A is thermoplastic, B is thermosets, C elastomers, D all polymers. So thermoplastics they can be recycled, also elastomers, and all polymers means here we can consider thermoplastics. So as thermoplastics, elastomers, they can be recycled. So correct answer it should be B here, thermosets. We know that thermosetting materials are the materials once they are provided heat, so they become hard and rigid. So that's why these thermosetting plastics or materials they cannot be recycled. thermosetting material हमें पता होता है कि उनको अगर हम हीट दे देंगे तो वो एक्चुअली सेट हो जाते हैं, हार्ड हो जाते हैं, रिजिड हो जाते हैं, तो जिसकी वजह से वो रिसाइकलिंग उनके ऊपर नहीं की जा सकती है। सो करेक्ट ऑप्शन फॉर MCQ नंबर 14 इज बी, दैट इज थर्मोसेट। देन MCQ नंबर 15, नेम पॉलीमर among the polymers which do not soften on heating। तो नीचे दिए गए ये जो चार ऑप्शंस है इसमें से ऐसा पॉलीमर हमें यहाँ पर चूज़ करना है करेक्ट कि जो सॉफ्ट नहीं होता है हीटिंग के बाद में। सो ऑप्शन नंबर ए बेकेलाइट, बी पॉलीइथीन, सी पॉलीस्टायरीन, डी PVC। तो पॉलीइथीन, पॉलीस्टायरीन, PVC ये तीनों के तीनों थर्मोसॉफ्टनिंग जो पॉलीमर्स होते हैं उनके एग्जांपल्स हैं। सो बेकेलाइट इट इज़ द करेक्ट आंसर हियर, क्योंकि बेकेलाइट इट इज़ एन एग्जांपल ऑफ थर्मोसेटिंग मटेरियल because it will not soften on heat. So correct answer here is A, that is Bakelite. It is also name means its chemical name, its chemical name is phenol formaldehyde resin. Okay, Bakelite it is the popular name of phenol formaldehyde resin polymer. Okay, so for MCQ number 15 the correct option is A, that is Bakelite. Then after that MCQ number 16, name the polymer that occurs naturally. So option number A is starch and nylon, B starch and cellulose, C proteins and nylon, D proteins and PVC. So it is a very easy answer for this particular question. So option number B, starch and cellulose that we get from the plants. So it is naturally occurring polymer that we get from the plants. that is option number B, starch and cellulose. It is the correct answer or option here for MCQ number 16. Then after that, MCQ number 17, which is used in the formation of epoxy resin. So option number A is phenol, B bisphenol, C formaldehyde, and D ethylene. So correct option for this MCQ number 17 is B, bisphenol, because we know that these epoxy resins, these are prepared by monomers of bisphenol A. So here correct option answer is option number B, that is bisphenol for MCQ number 17. Then after that, MCQ number 18, polyvinyl chloride is prepared from the monomer. It is a very easy answer. Answer is hidden in that question only. Okay, so option number A, it is ethyl chloride, B formaldehyde, C vinyl chloride, and D ethylenes. So here correct option is C, that is vinyl chloride. Okay, for MCQ number 18, option number C, vinyl chloride, it is correct. Then after that, MCQ number 19, the examples of linear polymer is. So examples given are number A, polystyrene, B, nylon 66, then after that C, epoxy resin, and D, Bakelite. So here correct option is A, that is polystyrenes. These are the examples of linear polymers. Linear polymers are the polymers which have continuous long carbon-carbon chain. So option number A, polystyrene, it is the correct answer here. Then after that, last MCQ, that is MCQ number 20, the monomer of vinyl chloride contain. So monomer of vinyl chloride, actually the monomer of polyvinyl chloride contain. This should be the question. This should be the question. So option number A, single bond, B, double bond, C, triple bond, D, none of the above. So we know that the monomer of polyvinyl chloride, vinyl chloride, actually it has the formula CH2CHCl, but in that carbon-carbon double bond is present. So that's why option number B, double bond, it is correct here for MCQ number 20. So students, will stop here for those MCQ, 20 MCQs. Okay, in the next video lecture we'll study again another 20 MCQs. So do like my videos, subscribe it, and thank you.